Okay, everybody's ready? We're all good to go? All right, thank you all for being here. First, I want to thank my co-sponsor on this ordinance, Supervisor Brian Pacheco, as well as Chairman Mendez, Supervisors Magzig and Chavez, for their unanimous support of this ordinance. I mentioned all the other folks at the board meeting, and some of them will be speaking. When I was elected nearly 8.5 years ago, there was a great deal of concern and frustration with the prior animal shelter that was working with the city and providing animal services. They had an extremely high rate of euthanasia. They were not transparent regarding what was actually occurring there. And because of those problems, the city of Fresno built a new $20 million first-class facility, which opened in 2022. Likewise, having the same challenges as the city of Fresno, Fresno County also built a new shelter around the same time, dealing with the same issues. The goals for both animal shelters have been on rescuing animals and not euthanizing them. We continue to have significant challenges with overpopulation of animals. One of the big reasons for this is the illegal dog breeding that's taking place in the county of Fresno. This amended ordinance will address that problem and hold accountable those who engage in this illegal activity. Specifically, those who do not have a breeder permit from the county of Fresno, but are selling dogs or cats in public places, including streets, on sidewalks, at shopping malls, flea markets, swap meets, or in areas in front of commercial establishments, will be fined $1,000 per dog or cat being sold. $1,000 per dog. If within 30 days of the violation, they provide conclusive proof of spaying or neutering these animals and get a breeder permit, they can avoid the fines. If they don't, and this behavior continues, they'll be responsible for the fines and will also be prosecuted for a misdemeanor that could result in 6 months in jail. We are cracking down on this illegal dog breeding behavior. The goal is clear. We will stop this behavior and end this practice in Fresno County. We continue to encourage animals to be spayed and neutered, and I want to ensure the public that Fresno County's animal shelter will continue to provide quality services to animals that are admitted into the shelter. We'll work closely with all rescue groups to help find homes for all those animals that are in need of one. We're grateful to all the rescue groups that do so much great work with animals in need. We have one of those folks, Mona Ahmed, who will talk later. First, I want to introduce my co-sponsor for this ordinance, Supervisor Brian Pacheco. Brian?
Thank you, Supervisor. As my colleague stated, despite the city of Fresno and the county of Fresno and other cities throughout our county building brand new shelters, our shelters are at capacity. And we have, over the last several months, had to turn away viable dogs that should be imported into our shelters. And those residents, we've had to tell them, we are not able to take your dogs. And that simply is unacceptable. So we developed this ordinance. Again, I want to thank my colleague, Supervisor Bredefeld, through his relationship through the city of Fresno. We had the city of Fresno employees assist us in this matter. They are in the process of streamlining and closing those loopholes. We were able to take advantage of that knowledge and make our ordinance as tight as possible so that there are no loopholes to go through and we can seriously address this issue. Our staff is simply overwhelmed by no matter how hard they work on a daily basis, they have more animals the next day. Our rescue facilities have done a great job and they simply are overwhelmed and cannot keep up. Something needs to be done. I will fully acknowledge this will not solve the problem, but this is a step to help alleviate the problem and give our staff and those rescue facilities the breathing room that they need. Again, I'm appreciated for everyone that helped in this facility, our county council, the sheriff's department, all of my colleagues for their support, and again, would turn that back over to my colleague.
Okay. Like Supervisor Pacheco said, this will not completely solve it, but something needed to be done. And I was glad that Garry stepped up with Brian to actually get something out there, and the fact that he worked with a city who already had an ordinance, tried to find out exactly where they were short and how they were gonna improve their ordinance, and we improved ours right along the way. So the one we pass is already like the new and improved one that's coming at the city. Are they already passed it,
Yes.
Gary? Yeah, so it's something similar. But this is a major problem everywhere, especially in the rural areas. I've been farming for almost 50 years, and I've never seen it as bad as it is today, the amount of dogs that are actually just running around free in packs, you know, just everywhere. So this is something that really needed to be taken care of, and I'm sure happy they did it.
So I'm going to be repeat as well, just thanking Gary and Brian for bringing this forward. You know, I'm looking at the two dogs that are here, and what's amazing about these two dogs is they each have unique personalities. They're special, and they're both deserving of a great home. We became aware of a property that is under the jurisdiction of the county where just earlier this year, 80 dogs were removed from one particular property. To put that into perspective, our shelter can handle a little over 100 dogs to be at a 100% max capacity. So if you have one home out there that's doing illegal breeding, being able to literally overwhelm our facility at the county, you know that something needs to be done. But Gary, I appreciate you bringing this forward, taking the initiative. And really, I want to call on the public to help foster animals right now, because all of our shelters continue to be impacted with dogs, and they all need amazing homes. A couple of months ago, I brought a dog around. His name was Doug, just a beautiful dog, and I want to thank my colleagues as well as different organizations that came forward to help assist to get him a home. But again, dogs need loving families, and I just want to encourage people right now that you can find all the dogs and cats that you need right now at our shelters. So again, Gary and Brian, thank you for bringing this forward.
I'll be very brief. I had an opportunity to work on this issue with my colleague, Supervisor Bredefeld, when we were at the city. But I think this is a great example of how the city and the county working together is helping solve some of our problems. We did it with copper wire theft. We know that that's now down 80%. We hope to get these numbers down too here in the county. And it was kind of interesting because one of the first calls that I got as a supervisor was a pack of about 3 to 4 loose dogs in the community of Calawa, you know, chasing children around and folks, and we know that that's a dangerous situation. But I have a very simple message to people that are engaging in illegal dog breeding and the puppy mills that, you know, we've dealt with. Enough is enough. Our rescues are exhausted. Mona knows this. I follow a lot of the groups. I support them. We sponsor their events, but they are exhausted. There are people that are taking advantage of their good heart, their compassion. Matter of fact, the dogs that were loose in Calawa were actually helped by one of our local rescues in Southeast Fresno, but they can't do it alone. So again, thank you to Supervisor Bredefeld, Supervisor Pacheco for really taking this and tackling this. We hope to bring those numbers down. And the last thing I'll say is I asked this from the dais. The number that folks can call is 600-PETS. Report these illegal breeders, report these puppy mills. They are taking a toll on our community, and they are taking a toll on our rescue. So thank you for that, Supervisor Bredefeld. I'll turn it back to you.
Yeah. Next to speak will be Sergeant Wages.
Good morning. The Sheriff's Office is here today in support of Fresno Humane and the incredibly important role they play in our communities, and to recognize the amendments to our county code brought by Supervisors Bredefeld and Pacheco. I'm part of the Sheriff's Agricultural Crime Task Force. As part of that team, we track and investigate a variety of animal welfare issues, and we work jointly with animal services to address those issues, especially where animals are being neglected or exploited for personal gain. One thing that a lot of people really don't recognize is that animal control officers have a very difficult job, and oftentimes it's a very dangerous one, not just because they deal with vicious animals, but they also deal with animal owners who a lot of times push back and actually threaten violence. And in that respect, we get a lot of requests to assist. So we just want to make it very clear that the Sheriff's Office will continue to do that. We will respond to security requests from Fresno Humane, and we'll help these officers carry out their important mission.
Next will be Sim Dillon, who oversees animal services and presented that video presentation today. Sim?
Thank you, Supervisor. Sim Dillon, Public Health. I just want to echo what the Board of Supervisors said. This is one step in the right direction in regards to the unchecked pet population. You have several breeders, you have several individuals that do not spay and neuter, and there are consequences to those actions. In regards to selling, what they're doing to the animals, as we highlighted in the board briefing, you saw several animals that were abused and what they go through. So I just want to echo, if you're looking for adoptable pets, visit your local shelters, visit your local rescues. But the significance of spay and neuter, get your pets spayed and neutered. If you need assistance with that, seek out services as well. One of the first steps we can take as far as community and as residents is to get your animals spayed and neutered. It'll control the unchecked pet population, and also we won't have those unwanted pets in our community, especially the strays. Thank you.
And I want to tell you, the unsung heroes, aside from the rescue groups, are the animal control officers. They are the ones who are going out and finding where this is taking place, going on to properties and seeing some of the terrible things that are going on. They do a great job and don't get enough thanks. And so I have two of them here, and they're going to speak to you. First will be Priscilla Wolcott. Priscilla?
And baby girl.
Yes. Hello.
Let's lower this down for you.
Yes, thank you. Hi, I'm Priscilla Wolcott. I am the Field Services Supervisor at Fresno Humane Animal Services. I have been doing this for close to 10 years. I've worked within the city and county of Fresno, and I will say the illegal breeding and the backyard breeding that we have allowed in our community with very little consequences has contributed widely to our overpopulation crisis here in Fresno County and in our local shelters. So spay and neuter, please adopt and don't shop, and report anything that you see out there. Even if it's questionable, report it. We will go out and check it out. Thank you for your support.
And now we will have Maria Garcia. Come on up, Maria.
Hi, Maria Garcia, the shelter manager, and this is a really big win for us. I've been with Fresno Humane for 10 years now, and this is just amazing that the community and our board has stepped in and helped us tremendously and supporting us. This year to date, we've taken in 1,970 dogs, which puppies under 6 months are 1,011. So most of the population coming in is abandoned puppies and litters, and moms coming in with several litters. Ramona here had a litter of puppies herself. She nursed them, she took great care of them. And then a couple weeks after her puppies moved on to find homes, we had a litter of puppies that came in with no mom, and she graciously took them in as her own. So she has fostered essentially herself. So the community can do it as well, since Ramona can. And we're just so proud of the community stepping in. This week we have a microchip event. It's free microchips from the 23rd to the 3rd to help prevent dogs coming to the shelter from 4th of July weekend coming through. And then we also have a great foster program. We're always in need of fosters, even short-term fosters, where we have transports lined up through Mona here for out-of-state rescues. And we just really need the community to step up, and this is a game changer. Thank you.
And we have these beautiful dogs here to let people know they are ready to be adopted and taken to the forever home, and there are many more there. Lastly, we have Mona Ahmed, a good friend of mine, and she does the Lord's work in rescuing pets all the time. So Mona, whoop, I knocked this off. We'll put this right here. Please come on up.
Hi, my name is Mona Ahmed. I'm a founder of Fresno Furry Friends and Fosters for Rescue Fresno. I have been saving animals for 20 plus years now. Many of us work really hard, 24 hours a day, 365 days a week. No holidays for us, and when it comes to animals in need, my heart could not be happier to see county announced that they will be doing the same thing, that city passed the law. And I was overjoyed to hear that, which everybody works really, really hard. Our shelter wants to open the doors, but the problem is our backyard breeders, the breeders with licenses, and the people who don't fix their animals. This will make a big difference for overbreeding animals. I want to ask, I always ask myself, why we send so many dogs out of state? This Friday, I signed out 102 animals out to Washington and Oregon. And so we always say, what are they doing right and what are we doing wrong? So answer is backyard breeders. We have too many backyard breeders. This will make a big, huge difference by citations, and people need to know, stop breeding. And this is not the way, this is the root of the problem in Fresno. So it is easy to see the puppies. It is not easy for us to see the puppies in garbage bags, puppies in boxes left at the railway tracks, and then moms tied up to fences because they're done breeding with them. And so now they can use the same litter and keep on going, having more puppies after puppies. So my heart could not be happier today because of Garry. What he literally listened to us, our concerns, and he sure did kept his words. I am overjoyed today, and thank you very, very much for considering this as we really needed this. We really needed this. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Any questions that you want to ask anybody up here?
Responsible for enforcing this?
Well, we have a sheriff here who's going to follow through on any violations that take place. We also have code enforcement issues, and of course our animal control officers are watching and seeing what's going on. We have people like Mona who also lets us know what's going on. We want the public to let us know what's going on, and then we will enforce and make sure that people who are doing this are going to stop it. And let me just say one thing. I know from our animal control officers, there are illegal dog breeders out there who have basically told them that they're not going to stop. Well, I can tell you they're going to stop because we're going to take this very seriously. It's a problem throughout Fresno County, and every city, as was expressed by other board members. And we'll see about this getting stopped. I can assure you that this board is very serious about stopping this, and we're not going to tolerate people who flaunt the law, and this is going to be the law.
What will it cost you guys, the county? Is there any cost above normal?
Well, we're here.
We're already paying the staff. They're just going to do their job, and they have the teeth now to do their job. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How many citations do you?
Well, I'll get you in a second. Go ahead.
How many citations do you anticipate issuing in the first year?
Well, I don't know. Can you answer that?
Quite a bit. We already have breeding properties that have been unregulated and unlicensed for years now, and we keep them in a file folder. So there's already quite a bit that.
Do you have an estimation how many you might have?
Within, you said, the first year?
Or just in that file folder?
Oh, in the file folder, over 50. Yeah.
Okay. And you had a question.
You spoke about the citations a little bit. Can you talk about the licensing process? What is that going to entail?
Well, they have to apply to get a permit to breed animals. And so we have a whole master fee schedule on that. I believe it will be a significant fee for people to get a breeding license, but legitimate breeders, that shouldn't be a problem. It's the illegal breeders that are the problem. So they will have to apply for a license.
Is there a limit on how many licenses you'll hand out any given year?
Sim would know that. Sim.
So as of right now, we don't have a limit when it comes countywide, but as far as for owners, right now we're looking at 3. So if individuals have pets on their property, they can have 3 pets on their property. That's the county ordinance as of right now. City of Fresno is a little bit different. City of Fresno, you're allowed to have 4 dogs. County, it's 3. And as far as how many you can own and how many you can have for breeding purposes, as of right now, it's 3. Does that answer your question?
I think so.
And then I know another regulation was the amount of litters within a year. So
With the current ordinance, it's 1 litter per year. So each dog is allowed 1 litter per year.
And then you guys mentioned you had a number that folks can call specifically for this issue, right?
For this and all animal-related issues for the county, if you're reporting any complaints or you have a request for assistance or just want to make contact with the animal shelter, with the local animal shelter, it's 559-600-PETS. So PETS, just like pets. Oh, website, you can visit our website as well, fresnohumane.org. And from the website, you can actually seek assistance through there as well. There's a portal in place if you have complaints. Similar to the text-based system, you can provide your information, and that'll be submitted over to Fresno Humane.
So it was passed today, is that correct? Yes. When will it all be in effect?
I believe it comes back next month. Lawyer, is that right? Yeah, the 8th?
30 days after July.
30 days?
It'll take effect.
Okay. 30 days after the next meeting, it will take effect.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.